In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to install the Novsight X-Series pod light. So congratulations on your purchase, or if you're just tuning in to see how difficult it is to install these pod lights, I think you're going to be in for a pleasant surprise. So let's get into it. So with the box, you get a warranty card and an installation manual. But the first thing we're going to do is install this mounting bracket to both of the pod lights. I've already installed one, but I'll show you how to install the other bracket. So go ahead and take out your pod light, and then there's going to be a couple baggies in here. There's going to be your wiring harness, then there's going to be a baggie of hardware. There's a couple bolts and washers that come with this, and a couple Allen keys, so you don't really need tools with this step of the process. So this smaller Allen key type bolt will be for both sides of the mount connecting to the pod light itself. With each of those bolts, you're going to want a locking washer on it. That's the washer that kind of springs up on each side and never fully connects, just like that. So you'll want to prep 2 of those. Okay, so how we're going to put this on is we're going to have the mount kind of like go back towards the front of the pod light, just like that. That way it's even and it's not facing out like this. So you don't want that. You want it kind of centered right there. Then there will be 2 holes on each side of the pod light that have threads for those smaller Allen bolts that I showed you guys, and then you just screw those on with the provided Allen keys. I recommend that you don't fully tighten these just yet so you could get the angle you want wherever you're mounting this to. Okay, now we're ready to adjust these onto our pod light brackets and get them where we would like. So in order to do that, we need the bolt, just a normal bolt with the washer, and then we need a nut with that locking washer that I showed you, but for the size of the bolt. So let's take our hardware over here. Before we take it over there though, it's best to figure out what wrench size you need so you could get a ratchet and a wrench on there so you could kind of tighten it up once we figure out where we want the pod lights. The size for the bolts for the pod light bracket is 13 millimeters, so you could either have 2 wrenches, a ratchet, and a wrench, or whatever you have. Okay, putting our bolt facing downwards, we could go to our mount and just set it down in there. Now, from here, we could adjust the angle that we want since we didn't fully tighten those bolts down before for the angle. And then we could also figure out if we want them pointed straight or slightly to the left or right. So I'm going to adjust these to my preferred angle. So I actually had the washers wrong. You want the locking nut with the bolt and then the regular washer with the nut. Don't worry though, because if you mess it up, you can't fit the washer on the top anyway, so it'll figure itself out for you. Okay, I think I got them where I want them. Actually, I'm going to turn this one a little bit more inward, but besides that, I like how they're sitting. Once your pod lights are mounted, next thing we got to do is pop the hood and make sure the hood doesn't hit the pod lights, and then we could get to wiring. By wiring, I mean plug and play. Novsight does a really good job with this. I don't think we have to wire anything at all. It's just hooking each other up and then connecting it to the battery and putting the controller in the cab of the vehicle, and we should be good. Look at that clearance, we are good to go. With that hood open, we need to feed our wire in a way that won't pinch the wire when we shut and open the hood. Okay, so I peeled up this rubber flap and fed the wire through this hole right here and down to the left, because I think this lip right here doesn't hit the hood at all, so we shouldn't pinch. We're gonna put the camera on the other side and slowly shut this and see if we pinch at all. After we do that, we need to figure out where the rest of the wiring harness can go without getting pinched by the hood, and then we could figure out from there. Here is our wiring harness. We have the positive and negative side for the battery terminal. You have your switch that you're going to feed into the cab. And then these 2 wires that split off right here is what you're going to connect to your pod lights. Very simple process. Novsight makes their products so easy to install. I'm not going to plug anything in just yet. I just want to do a rough layout of where all the wires are going to go. So our battery wires are right there with our button that goes inside the cab right there. Then these need to split off and hook up to both of the lights. So I just need to figure out where I want to run the wires for the other side pod light. Okay, I think I'm going to go underneath into the pre-established harness area with my Dixie horn and all that other good stuff down here. Then I'll swoop to the left. But for this side, I'm going to have it go bypass the fuse module. Let's get this hooked up first, and then we'll run to the other side for the wires. So I'll show you what I've done so far. So I have this radiator, intercooler, and transmission cooler bracket system. I fed all the wires I need on this side through the bracket. That way I can feed this side pod light bracket through the front of the intercooler setup behind this rebar. And I fed it through the headlight housing unit and brought it back up with this really tiny grabber so I could eventually feed it over there with the pod light. So we're going to clean it up a little bit later, but right now we just want to see if we could hook it up right and get the pod lights working before we finalize everything and make it look all pretty.
When connecting the pod lights to the wiring harness, all you have to do is connect the same colors to each other.
And you do it all over again for the other side and you are wired up. See, matching colors all the way around. Then you're ready to supply power to the pod lights via the battery. I hooked up my negative first, I unhooked everything I had to the positive, and now we're ready to not only put everything back on, but the new pod light harness as well. Wow, oh my gosh, I just blinded myself. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool, look at that. Wow, okay, that's dope. Let's turn back on the spotlights, those are crazy. Yo! That's so cool. Okay, next thing we gotta do is make sure the wires don't pinch when we shut the hood. I'll show you some unique ways you could button up these wires because I have a little trick up my sleeve to get them all nice and tidy. But then we will feed the buttons into the cab. That way we could mount them up inside and then we are pretty much squared away. Okay, so for me on the firewall coming in from the driver's side, I have a little boot down here that I feed all my wires into. That's where I'm gonna feed my button through. And for you, it might be different. So just search up your make and model and where to feed wires through the drywall. There's really popular videos on it. That's like the most common thing with wiring per vehicle. So I'm sure you can find something that shows you which place in your firewall to feed your button through. I'm thinking this area right here is where I want to put the button. So I'm going to get alcohol swab. I'm going to clean off the area real quick. That way there's no contaminants that will make the button not stick. And just in case if I change my mind, I'm going to go down here a little bit. Just clean up this area with the alcohol swab. That way, when we use the 3M on the back of the button, it'll stick. Now that we've fed the button into the cab and we've mounted it where we would like, I'm going to show you the little tricks that I was talking about for buttoning up the wires inside the cab. Pardon me, the hood. And the trick comes in the form of these magnet zip tie mounts. So now we're going to put these on the fender, zip tie the wires to them, clean up the engine bay wires, and hopefully we do not pinch with the hood being closed. Okay, well, hopefully we didn't crush any wires. Let's open up the hood and see if anything got pinched. Sorry, I am just so excited for these, so I have a mush mouth. It looks like we are all good. So with that being said, a little bit more buttoning up that we'll do off camera, and that is how you install your Novsight X-Series pod lights. So I'll show you guys a couple clips during the day and hopefully during the night. If not, I'm going to have a full demonstration video at the end of this video. If you're still on the edge of buying this, if you already have it, congrats on the new installation. And if you haven't bought it yet, you could use code Durpamax to save 20% off of these. Quick update before I show you guys a little sneak peek of the pod light. demonstration, I ended up doing what I was talking about earlier, where I just route it above the turbo instead of having it go all the way around the front, because that just really didn't work out for me. So I bought some heat shield. Yeah, I had it right the first time. I bought some heat shield, routed it above the turbo. I still used these fender brackets with magnetic zip tie mounts. And then I found a new place to loop it behind the hood that will pinch a little bit less than having this like lip right here. So I'm hoping that I'm going to like this a lot better than I did the first time. And I have some bundles of wire now right here, but it's a lot better than having zero slack through the original route. So it's just really playing with your wires, see where it's the best. And if you have a heat source, definitely protect your wires for sure. Without further ado though, let me show you a little sneak peek of the pod lights.